Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast, brought to you from I&I Music and Podcast Studios in downtown Boulder City. This is your host, Jill Lagan, CEO of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce. In each episode, we will highlight what makes Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam, the ideal place to operate your small business, explore world-class tourism attractions, and discover why we are the perfect place to live and unwind. I am very happy to have a wonderful lady here today, Miss Amber Graham. She is with Mohave Gold Boutique. I had the opportunity to visit with her a little bit more when I was out Christmas shopping, and love her little store. She's got such a great selection in there, and so we are happy to have Miss Amber here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We're glad that we can spotlight a little bit of our business community and the great things that they're doing, because it's not just a little business to you. There is a lot more to this. As I have visited with you, I understand that you are super excited about being able to support the community, provide goods and services that are good for people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my husband and I have had this as an idea for probably at least 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. In the past, it just didn't quite work, location or timing or family life or what have you. But in the last year and a half or two, then we kind of started honing in. We've been in Boulder City now for 4 plus years. And so we said, hey, this is like a great spot to really like plant some roots, get here, open the business. Because, yeah, really this particular type of boutique was all about the community. And
it's true.
Yeah. We've really enjoyed having it. We haven't been quite open for a year, but the feedback's been great, and it's really fun to get to know and learn about the people that are here living in Boulder City.
So it's women's lifestyle clothing and accessories, but there are so many gifts that gentlemen can come on in too. You've got some really cool things in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously, we've only been open, like I said, less than a year. So as our customer feedback is positive or, hey, what about this? And we kind of look into those and say, does that fit with the business model? And so we've got our core that I would say, right, which is women's clothing and then women's accessories. But then we also do little gifts and knickknacks because everybody loves those. So, yeah, we've got like men's funny socks and stuff for the kids, coloring socks, which are always fun. So it'll never be a large store that everybody can go and get anything that they want. It's really still going to be focused on that boutique feel and supporting the women in the community. But you go shopping with your husband, you go shopping with your kids, and it's always fun to have something that they can also go get.
And that's true. And you also have some souvenir type things. You've got like the Boulder City sticker. You've got a few other little items that represent the Southern Nevada desert area. The jewelry kind of lends itself to that too. So it's definitely something for locals and for our guests that are visiting the community.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll continue to evolve in what we support on the tourist end, because really the focus when we opened was the community here and the locals and what we can provide them so that they don't have to go over the hill. But
exactly.
Yes, as the tourists come and then you get feedback, oh, is there something that I can take home from Boulder City? So yes, we've got small little stickers. The studios that we support is probably one of the more exciting and fun parts of it, right? So as you were saying, we've got some of the jewelry and those ones, there's some specific that are like in the state of Nevada, but there's a gal up in Reno, and she makes all those. So there's some other jewelry that's from Vegas. There's a small studio that makes some of like the hammered gold and sterling silver. And so we try really hard to find those like little special studios and then bring them in, small business, supporting another small business, and then showcase them in specifically our jewelry case.
I think more people are interested in that than just the stuff that you can get on Amazon too. And I think that's what makes their visit memorable, is when they got something special from that community that helps them remember that community. So I think you do. I realized you wanted to initially start because it was women in the community and keeping us here, not going over the hill. But I find that you have really lent yourself to being something that guests really are appreciative of. I know when we send people up from the Welcome Center up into the Historic District, we always tell them to start there first. The very first thing is, and so I know that people really appreciate having those fun little items. And they're all at the price point that just makes it a great little souvenir. You don't feel like you've been gouged. You feel like you are able to get something from the community and makes them happy. And you're supporting, like you said, those other local businesses as well.
Yeah, and part of the goal to be able to not go over the hill, right? So as a clothing store, that's the focus. So to be able to get an outfit for a reasonable price but still have high quality items. So like one of the more fun tasks, right, is finding those items to be able to sell to the community so that they have a positive impact from that and that they're very excited about what they're buying. So it's really fun to go find like U.S. made clothing at a reasonable price point. So we've got a lot of that in the store. High quality items, regardless of where it's made from. But there's a lot of stuff in the store that's made in other countries besides like a low
clap.
Blanking, yeah, sorry. Blanking. It's really fun to find high quality items at a good price point to be able to support the community so you don't have to pick and choose what it is that you're getting. You can get a whole outfit for under $100, call it good. There are other items in the store that are going to be more expensive, but you're going to get a high quality item regardless of which price point you're going for.
And so how do you find those things? Where do you search that out? Do you go to clothing shows, trade shows, conventions?
Yeah, all of the above. So personal experience, right? Hey, I really like this brand and I know that it's a good quality brand and that others would also enjoy it. So that's really where we started, right? Personal experience. We have some friends in the industry that have had 15 years under their belt. And so they have had plenty of trial and error. So it's like, hey, what works really well for you? And then let's see if that makes sense here for our community because everywhere is different. A store here is going to be completely different than a store in California or New Mexico.
Exactly.
Or even in Arizona. So it's really about supporting who it is that's shopping and what it is that they're looking for, not necessarily what you like the most, right?
Right.
So personal experience, friends, we do go to shows. There's a trade show that comes here twice a year, which is really nice not to have to go to LA. So you can go to Vegas. You can go shop around. They've got different qualities, different price points, all sorts of items to choose from. So you can go feel that because quality a lot of the time is in the feel of the shopper. So.
I was going to say because a lot of it's very soft. Is that soft material, the cottons, so that you know that it's going to be good for both winter and summer. And so I was really impressed. And I loved the shoes.
Yeah.
I end up leaving with some shoes.
Yeah. And shoes are hard here. Our weather is all over the place. It's typically slightly warmer. So we have a couple of sandals that are of very nice quality. You can go down to the pharmacy and go grab a quick pair of slip-ons, and that's not what we're offering. We're offering something that you can still wear one of our outfits or your outfit with, but it's also like a quick slip-on.
I love them. So thank you very much. You made me happy, and all my outfits are much better because of them, so thanks. So have you noticed an aha moment in all of this, and you're less than a year, but, 4 years kind of leading up to this? Obviously, you wanted to support the local women who had a need. You filled that need. Have you found you've had an aha moment so far?
The best aha moment of like, this was worth it and this is definitely what we should continue to do is when people come back to continue shopping with you or they say, hey, I got this for my friend or my relative and they were so excited. The best is when they tag us in posts, right?
That is great.
You've got a group of women and they'll have the same socks that they bought from us for a girls' night. And it's a really great feeling when you go out, it's really on risk to find something that you think people will like and then you get that reward.
Right.
You say, okay, that was great. That was a good buy.
Right. You're making an investment in this. You need that to come to fruition. So that is awesome. So have you had any kind of a funny or professional moment that maybe just a family moment as you've been putting all these things together that has made you giggle a bit?
Yeah, I think that the giggle that I probably knew was coming is that we typically women or everyone in general typically like to shop the size that they think that they are and or should be, right?
Yep, been there, done that.
So it's very typical, right, to go in and say, well, I'm usually a size medium, so let me try this on at a medium. But There's not really a set industry standard as far as like what size everything has to be with certain measurements. So some brands run bigger and some brands run smaller. And so the suggestion is just if it looks good, grab a couple sizes and try it on. Because inevitably, if you grab the size you think you are, sometimes the brand will be too small. And then you may get stuck in that item and need support. I knew that would happen at some point. It's happened a couple times already.
Oh, shoot. Well, yeah, I think that is one of those risks that we all have when we go shopping. And sometimes you leave the store and you're like, oh, man, I was a size smaller than I thought. It makes you happy.
Absolutely, yeah. But there is no set standard, so don't feel bad. Just grab it and try it on.
Oh, very good. I love that. Good advice. So what is your business model? And is it something you look to recreate? Are you planning on doing other stores?
At this time, it's just the single brick and mortar one downtown. I mean, if it was to boom and there was demand and we had a bunch of people coming from Vegas that said, oh, I really wish that we had one closer to where I lived and that was consistent, then maybe we would. But that small business, small boutique is really where we want to be. And a lot of those, like our model is the same, where you bring in small runs of one item. Maybe you bring again in a different color or a different pattern, but really the feel is like, okay, we're going to bring 6 of these in. Half of them are going to go to local people. You don't want to bring it in again because then everyone's going to walk around in the community with the same item, right? And then
you're saturated.
Yes. Yeah. So you want to bring a feel of exclusivity to the community, right? So you go buy something, you feel great in it, and maybe you're the only one that has it. So we don't want to do too much or do the same over and over, especially with like dresses and skirts and tops. Jeans are easier because a lot of jeans look the same.
Right.
Yeah, when it comes to the clothing or especially like the jewelry, that's
right.
It's like it's an accent piece. It's a piece that you feel good about. You bought it because you felt good in it or it looked good on you. And so it's nice to be able to feel like you might be the only one to have it.
Yeah, you create a little sense of FOMO.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, so I did see a couple of cute things and I was buying Christmas gifts, so I wasn't trying to spend it all on me. But it has created this sense of I better hurry and go back and get it because it's never going to be there again.
We have had a couple of women that were shopping and they said the same thing. They said, oh, that was really cute. I'll probably come back. And then I have had a few people come back and it was gone. And I can't get it again either. So
oh, shoot.
It's gone. So if you see it, yeah, grab it. And that goes across the board. If you're ever shopping in a small boutique and you see it and it calls to you, you should probably grab it.
That's true. Or at Costco. Because Costco may not get it back either. We've had that happen before, too. So what's something about the business that people might not realize that maybe you could share a little bit more about?
We did touch on that a little bit. I don't think people realize when you first step into the store, your eyes are taking everything in, and the majority of the walls are going to be clothing so that you can really see what that piece is. And so you may not realize that there's a bunch of little nooks and crannies in the store that are accessories or kids or men's gift items, right? And so there's a bunch of things in there. So if you just spend maybe 2 or 3 circles instead of just one lap, right? Then you'll probably be able to see it all. So there's a lot of little gift items that people would probably be excited about.
You had mentioned the coloring socks. I missed that. I didn't see those.
Yeah, the coloring socks are great.
I was on the sock rack, but I don't remember seeing that.
Yep, and those are kid sizes through like fairly large women's foot size as well. And so a lot of sock brands do that, but this one in particular starts at kids.
How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great birthday gift idea, right?
Yes.
That's a very fun idea.
Or bring your children shopping, buy the socks, and then while they color, you shop.
Oh, yeah. Buy it in advance and keep them entertained. As long as they don't color anything else in your store.
Yes, very true.
So Mohave Gold Boutique, where did Mohave Gold come from?
Well, I mean, we thought it was important. Again, we're supporting the community, right? We're really trying to be here in Boulder City in the desert. And so we thought it was important to kind of tie into the roots. So Mohave Preserve is here locally in the desert. And then within the desert scene, there's a Mohave Gold poppy flower, which is very beautiful. So if you, like us or others in the community, like to get out into the desert and explore, right, hiking, horseback riding, side-by-sides, all that, you can see those. So
I love that. And I love that you kind of had a nod to the community that you're in. I think that's great. And there is so much rich beauty, too, in that whole desert landscape. And it feels like that's kind of the same vibe of the stores. Did you mean to do that?
Maybe inadvertently that those two were linked in that way. But yeah, I mean, we definitely like to bring in special items or things that you might go, wow, I haven't seen that.
No, the colors are gorgeous, and they just feel like it kind of just fits the Mohave Gold name. And so I thought maybe you would purposely did that, but it's interesting how it just happened kind of organically, it
Yeah.
sounds.
Yep.
That is awesome. So, okay, I want to know a little bit more about Amber since I am just meeting you this last year. And so, Amber, what was your first job?
My very first job was being a hostess and a boss at a Mexican restaurant up in Southern Oregon where I grew up. And so that was a great experience because, yes, I was studying Spanish and understood or could speak fairly well. But when you're set into a situation, I was probably the only young white female
that was
working there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so you kind of walk in as a teenager and that kind of makes you uncomfortable to be the only one of whatever that might be. And so, but the people that I was working for were so nice and so helpful and making me feel comfortable. And so it's just a really good lesson in respecting others and their culture and their community and doing the best that I could to give them a good experience.
Right.
Not being Spanish was my first language or being from the same background as their families.
Right.
So that was it was a good experience. I mean, it was kind of difficult to really grasp, I think, as a 16-year-old.
I can imagine. And I can imagine that they probably also were really excited to have you as kind of a student. So they were able to share their experience and their life and their culture. And so it was probably a wonderful experience for both of you.
Yeah, and the people that I worked for as well as the customers that would come in, and they were always talking to me in Spanish. And so, which is uncomfortable, again, as a teenager and you're just starting a job. But they were so nice and was very conversational and
That's
trying to
awesome.
make me feel good. Yep.
Multiple layers of lessons going on there.
Yes.
Life skills.
Yes.
So what is something that people may not know about you?
So a year ago, I signed up to be a travel agent. And so really that stems probably like many travel agents. You have your family first and foremost and your friends, and they might come to you and be like, hey, I'm thinking about going here. What is there to do? Is there a good deal? Where do I find it? And so that just kind of transitioned into, well, I might as well sign up right with an agency and get certified in all these various items that you can, suppliers that you can provide. And so really I'm focusing on Disney and cruise lines because we have a family. Most of our friends have a family. Disney is very popular at this point in our lives. And
Yes.
so they're great suppliers. They're called suppliers, but it's fun to be able to provide that support as well. Again, it's a community thing, right? It starts with family, friends, and then you kind of expand from there.
So I was an outside agent for Prestige Travel, who was in Las Vegas for many, many years. And my highlight that I did was the first Disney cruise. It was the Magic. So we got to be on the inaugural sailing, and I brought my family. So I absolutely am in line with what you're doing.
Very fun.
I love it. And you're right. It is, nowadays with travel agencies, they used to be one in every shopping mall, right? And unfortunately, we just don't see that anymore. And it's been replaced by everybody being able to do things online.
Right.
And online is great. Yes, I can book something at 1 a.m. that I couldn't do in the strip mall. However, I really believe in having that agent that can provide you that one-on-one. And somebody, when you have a problem, you've got somebody to connect with. You don't have to sit on hold waiting for Travelocity's help and support desk to help you while you're stranded in the airport.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if people realize, too, that with Disney travel agents, the price is the same. Whether you book direct or you come to me, it's not going to change that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love that, too. And Disney has so many products. I don't think people realize it.
Yes.
We're Vacation Club members, so we do book everything through that.
Yeah.
And, I am obsessed and have very much supported the Disney economy over the years with our girls. And so I love that you do that. And that's a great thing and such a great thing for your family and friends, I'm sure.
Yeah. And it's not my main job or my main focus, but
Right.
I've put flyers at the store randomly just so people know if they see it. Oh, what's this? Oh, great. I can come up and ask questions or I can connect. So anybody can come up to the store and talk to me about it.
It's one more thing to get them in the store.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a marketing tool.
We'll book your cruise while you shop for a dress on your cruise and grab the sandals while you're there.
You have leisure wear or cruise wear.
Absolutely.
My mom used to have cruise wear, and I thought, man, that seems like the craziest thing. But she had a whole closet of just cruise wear. I thought that is funny.
Yeah.
And now it's just an excuse for me to go shopping. So one of the fun things that we like to ask our guests is, what book are you reading right now?
Yes. So I am reading, it's called Fourth Wing, Rebecca Yarros. So it's the second time that I'm reading it, actually.
Really?
Yes, because we're in book club. There's
Oh.
a large group of us doing book club. It was my month to pick. And I have read the first and the second book, and her third book comes out next week. So
Oh, you're prepping.
Yes, prepping for the next book. So I've been reading a lot in the last year and a half. It's just been a really nice, relaxing, get out of all the to-dos for the week or the day. And so it's been great. I've really enjoyed reading again. It's been a while. This is like a fantasy.
I was going to say, what genre? So fantasy.
Action, dragons. It's fully fantasy. So when I open up my book, I'm gone for the day.
There you go.
I'm in some other world, and it's been great.
That is awesome. I love it. And you're keeping your mind working and active. So
Yep.
Great things. So we don't know much about you or your family. Do you have family here, or are you guys the only ones down here from Oregon?
No, we came down, like I said, about 4 years ago. And then my brother and his wife and my niece, they came a couple years ago.
Very good.
Yep. And then my parents just moved a little over a year ago. So we are all here, not the entire family, but I think that's it for now.
Well, yeah, immediate family. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And so what's something that you have taken out of the time that you were growing up, a lesson that your mom or dad taught you, something that you have kept in your life and apply today?
Yeah, my whole life, definitely, that there are no limits to what you can accomplish if you put your mind to it, right? Things aren't handed to us. We got to work for it. But if you put your mind to it and you put in the hard work, then you can definitely seek the reward.
I love that.
Yeah.
And thanks to your mom and dad for teaching you such a great lesson that obviously you're probably teaching your own kids.
Yeah, everything we do in life, you've got to work hard, but you can definitely accomplish the goals.
Well, and you have obviously accomplished the goal of a successful boutique, because it is beautiful and seems to be thriving and doing great. And so we're excited for you for that. And so how can people find you do you sell online as well?
We don't right now. My husband and I have discussed that, but I think we kind of like to take things one step at a time, right? So if we're here and we're focusing on a brick and mortar, let's focus on the brick and mortar.
There you go.
So, and let's make that successful and support the community with what they're looking for. If we start, again, seeing requests, I wish I could just, grab this online real quick, then we can easily transition into that. It's not that it's difficult. It's just that let's focus on what the support is that we should be giving now.
Yeah, be successful in one area before you branch out into another. I love that.
Yeah, and we do the social media. Everyone's on social media. I get so many people. My husband, when we're there, everyone comes in, they're like, I saw this. I saw this last night. I needed it.
Yeah.
So we'll post the inventory and snapshots of things in the store, because it changes fairly frequently. Something new comes in. Post that up. Inevitably, somebody comes in the next day or two and says, I saw that. And I had to get down here and try it on.
Well, I would imagine you probably change things around too, just to have something new and exciting for yourself. That's probably inspires and encourages you to do more.
Well, yeah. And then on top of it too, when you walk in somewhere, it's always overwhelming. It doesn't matter how big that space is. So you're going to miss something, some treasure that you may not have seen this round. So we always move the store inventory around to make different outfits on the wall so you can imagine what it might look like. But we typically do that every few weeks.
I love it.
So then you get someone coming in and say, I didn't see that last time.
Right. I can't wait to come back. I will this time be shopping for myself, which sounds very selfish, but that's how it goes in the big city.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Exactly. I love it. And so your experience with the chamber, do you have any words of encouragement for other chamber members or their future members, something that you want to share about the chamber?
Yeah. Whether you are a current member or thinking about becoming a member, I would say that the reward is well worth whatever cost it is that you might be wondering about. It's really nice to have a direct line to access what's happening or what's going to happen. I think that's the best part about being part of the chamber, is that I can see that there's going to be an event that I was unaware of in advance enough that I can prep or away if I want to be a part of that. But at least I have the information.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that happen in this town that you might see on social media, and it happened yesterday.
Isn't that a bummer?
Yeah. So being part of the chamber or signing up for newsletters or being able to access things on your website, that at least gives you information of what's coming. And then as a business owner, we can make that pros and cons. We want to be
Right.
part of that particular event or what have you.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that. And we're glad to know that is beneficial to you because that is one of the things we concentrate and focus on. So glad to know that's helpful. And we are very grateful you're a member, but we're also really glad that you're in our community. So
Yeah,
thank you for
thanks.
being another wonderful Boulder City asset.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Best Damn Podcast, too. We loved having you and can't wait to see what you've got posted next or what's in the shop. And I will be stopping by.
Great. New stuff as of yesterday.
Oh, that's perfect. I might be there later today. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you.
This episode of the Best Damn Podcast has been a production of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce, brought to you from I Music and Podcast Studios. Please check out all the links and social media handles on our website as well at bouldercitychamber.com. You can find the Best Damn Podcast on all your favorite podcast directories. Like us and share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, discover, explore, and unwind in Boulder City.